All right, the Kitasan nuke has finally hit, so let's talk about it. So, like I said in the previous video or in some of my posts, if you were free to play and you thought, "Oh, I just saved 30K, I'll get max limit break Kitasan," you're on drugs. This Gacha game has one of the worst rates of all time. 0.5% is absolutely abysmal. Don't even look at what the normal SSR rate is because it's even worse. Most gotcha games are 1% to 3%. And generally, that 1% has pretty good soft pities and hard pities. This game does not. Hard pity is 200. That's 200 pulls. Just do the quick math. 5,000 carats is $70. Do the quick math on on how much that costs to get one card, one copy. So my recommendation was always, if you're free to play and you don't spend money and you don't plan to spend money, or even if you're a very light spender, your best bet was just to hope for one card really early and then keep saving your carrots. Now, here's the thing with Kitasan Black, right? Is like the reality of a free to play getting max limit break or even like the 3LB was just so small and so minimal. I don't know why people were convincing people to try to pull it. Uh, because the reality is, if you're a free to play player, you should only care about SR cards. SSR cards are out of your reach. They will always be out of your reach. The only way you're going to get them is with playing the game for 4 years and just slowly accumulating them. And then there's crystals later that you can level this up, but those take a very long time to get up. Like I mean, you're looking at least like a year and a half, 2 years to slowly up your Kitasan to max limit break, right? You care about SR cards, and I'm gonna be honest with you, Kitasan is very overhyped. Like the card is not that much better than the other cards. Like, yeah, specialty priority is awesome. Trust me, it's great. I'll even tell you that. But the card does get power crept. There are at least like 6 to 8 speed cards that are better in Japan. It's still used because once again the game is, it's not, listen, people say, oh, but it's still actively used. Yeah, people still use fucking sweep tosho in Japan, bro. like like because they don't have anything else, because this game is insanely expensive. Like, yeah, as good as the game is, and I love the game and I love the franchise, Side Games is one of the greediest companies on the fucking planet. They ran zero packs, zero SSR tickets. This is one of their biggest banners, probably for this year. Like for the rest of this year, there's not going to be like too many like big drops. This will be the biggest one for a while, and they're rushing it. So they not only did they rush out the one of their best banners of the year before the anniversary, but they also didn't compensate with any like cheap discounted packages or carrots. They didn't boost the rates like they did in other regions. They left it at 0.5%, which is fucking horrible, by the way. Um, and then for the people who are like, well, I re-rolled it as free to play. Congratulations, you also spent all of your free carrots re-rolling for one card that's actually not that important. Because you know what card's actually the most important card in the game right now? It's actually Super Creek. Do you know why you guys are losing your URAs and you can't get through the game? And why you're losing PvP is because you don't have enough stamina. Because that's actually the biggest thing right now. So literally, if you rerolled when you started and you rerolled for Super Creek like you were supposed to, not Fine Motion, by the way. Fine Motion is not a very good card. I don't know why people were telling people to reroll for Fine Motion so much. Like, you would have been better off rerolling for Super Creek and then like a decent speed card like Suzuka or fucking Bakushin or Pegasus, right? Like, even if you had like one of those, the thing with this game, right, is most of the cards are not good unless they're maxed out or at least 3 limit break. And that applies to all of them. The SRs, the SSRs, they're usually just not good without dupes. So that's where they really get you, right? Because the horses, the dupes don't matter, right? Like they matter very slightly. It's not important. So that you don't pull dupes for the horses. You don't really care to pull dupes for the horses. It's actually detrimental if you do, but you do care about pulling dupes for support cards, and that's where they get you. That's how they suck you in, because you want those good support cards. Now the thing is like a lot of these speed SR support cards in the game right now will last you a very long time. You know, you just swap them out depending on what kind of horse you're racing. Like if you're using a like a late chaser, I'm pretty sure Ison Flash is late chaser. I can't remember, but I mean generally like a King Halo is always going to be decent. Like she's a good speed stat stick as an SR. Sweep Tosho is always going to be decent. Good speed stat stick as an SR. I mean, I mean, my Kitasan is only one LB, and then I'm using a 4 LB. No, I'm using a MLB Kitasan from a friend because like everybody's got it except me apparently, even though I spent a lot of money. And like how much difference did it really make in my runs? Like, let's say I'm averaging like 9,600 to like 11K, anywhere in that range on my runs, right? You know, subject to RNG. Like maybe my runs went up an average of 100 points with Kitasan Black. Like my maxed out twin turbo gives me more. If I have a great mood and it's friendship training, my Kitasan doesn't even give me more than my twin turbo does. It gives me more consistently over time in terms of training points, and then her events are very good, but they're not gonna like drastically. People were convincing like free to plays that like this card was gonna make you competitive in PvP. Bro, have you looked at the top level PvP players? Like most of these guys, what's making them actually up there right now? It's parents. Like they have good inheritance. Inheritance is what's keeping them up there. Like most of their cards are shit. If you look at their cards, like I remember the first place guy maybe like a week ago when I looked at him, he was just running all SR cards, and then he was running the free special week speed card. Like that's all he was doing. Like, so why did he have all these A+ characters? It's probably because he has a bunch of 9-star. He has a bunch of 9-star fucking like sparks. Really, it's really the inheritance right now that's going to carry you in like PvP at the upper levels. And that's still true. I think even going beyond this, even in JP, like inheritance is still extremely important when they do like specific tracks for PvP events. Sometimes they even throw dirt tracks out there. People are going on the Discord looking for, hey, do you got a parent I can use that gives me like S rating and dirt and all this other shit? Like that's really what is going to make or break you. It's not even really the support cards for that much, because the reality is you're looking at like 5% differences in like most of their stat gains. Like some of them are bad. There are bad support cards that don't really give you a lot of stats, and you should probably avoid those ones. But generally, they also have an offshoot, right? Like maybe they don't give you, you know, maybe this card gives you 32 stat on speed every time you click it. This one gives you 26, but it has better events, and then it evens out over time because it has more specialty priorities, or it shows up more often, so I get to click it more often, or it comes online very fast. You know, like a good example of a card like that is who am I thinking of? Nishino. What was that her name? Yeah, Nishino. Like Nishino is like, it's kind of a shit card, like on paper. But the thing is like she has it's 25. It goes up a lot. I think it goes to 35 or something. She has like one of the highest initial friendship gauges in the game. Like it's like extremely high. So I mean, with like I usually will get her giving me friendship training before the first year's even done. You know what I'm saying? So like it all kind of evens out. Really, it's just kind of RNG at the end of the day. And to be honest with you, the most important card you could have right now is Super Creek, especially at least 1 LB, if not more, because stamina is really what's holding you back from succeeding in your runs. So if you don't know, your career mode, you have boosted stats. You can't see it, but you have boosted stats, right? If you go into PvP and you're wondering, like, well, I had 400 stamina and that was enough to clear URA finals on like these medium races, but then I go into PvP and my characters are always gassed out. Yeah, because the requirements for PvP racing aren't boosted. like the career is. So like you actually need like 800, 900 stamina, sometimes even more. Like if you're a front runner doing long races, you need like 1200 stamina. Actually, you need more than that. You can't even get that much. So this is why right now like stamina heavy skills are super in demand, right? Because you got to offset that somehow, and a lot of people can't build that much stamina because they focused way too much on speed cards, which is like a super easy stat to get up anyway, and they ignored stamina, which is actually probably the most important stat currently in the game. That'll change over time, but right now stamina is probably the most important stat. So instead of going all in on Kitasan Black that you can't even use, by the way, like if you didn't pull at least 3 LB, the card's not usable. Like I don't know if people understand it. Like the card's not usable. Like any of the SR speed cards fully maxed out will be better than Kitasan Black because you don't even have specialty priority until level 45, which is the only reason why the card's actually really good. I mean, outside of the training bonus is all right, but like her training bonus is high, but her other stuff is low, so it all evens out anyway. So like she's not really like in a like a just crazy stat stick that like gives you double the speed of every other character. She just has an extremely high specialty priority, which allows you to get your facilities up faster because she'll show up on speed more often. But at the same time, if your other speed cards don't show up on speed, then unless you're just gonna like single click a Kitasan Black and speed, like you're still subject to RNG. So it's just like it's a good card, but it's not going to suddenly make you like good at the game or competitive at the game. You'd be much more behooved to invest into maxing out SR cards and having a consistent deck that way and having some options, right? So like I have almost all the SR speed cards maxed out at this point. So I have different options. If I'm running a late changer, I'll put in Aishin. If I'm running like a pacemaker, I'll run it. No, I'm pretty sure Narita is late searcher. I don't know, but you basically like whatever you need here, right? I think they're all maxed out. I don't think I finished leveling them yet. So like Sweep Tosho is just always like solid to always like throw in your deck all the time. I mean, 40% mood effect, 30% friendship bonus, that's extremely high. Yeah, her training effectiveness is like a little low. It's not 10% like most SSR stat cards were. But like most SSR stat cards aren't 10% either unless they're maxed out. So are you really getting more? Like is this card really worse than this? No. I mean, look at it. This is the LB1 Kitasan Black. You're gonna tell me like this is better right now than this? No, this Tosho is way better. It's like she's way better. And then it's like you have options, right? If you got King Halo, King Halo's a very good like speed stat stick for an SR. Like just consistent, very high specialty priority. And then it's like you got Narita, also very good speed card. She is for end closers, so if you're running an end closer, you'll throw her in the speed. If you're running a late searcher, you'll throw Aishin Flash in. Like these are way better cards than the SSRs. So this obsession for FSSRs is a little ridiculous. And then the thing is, it's like people. I don't entirely blame people because people are kind of stupid and they can't think for themselves. But like you were kind of misled by people who are always going to buy anyway. Like these streamers and these content creators, they're always going to spend the $1,000 to buy the card. So of course, like even I'm guilty of that. I only think in MLB because that's how I look at every card. I only really care about cards at max limit break because that's the only time when they're really good. Otherwise, they're all kind of the same. Really, like if they're not max limit broken, all the cards are pretty much the same. Like they're all kind of shit. Like they barely do anything. They're all bad. Like there's not really a reason to use a non max limit break card unless it's like initial stats, right? Like so, like I use my non limit broke Super Creek for initial stamina. Wait, I don't even think she gives initial stamina. I actually think if you don't have at least one LB, she's cooked, right? Am I crazy? Am I just misremembering? Yeah, she doesn't even. Oh, that's just stamina bonus. Okay, she does give it. Oh no. Yeah, okay, she gives you initial stamina. So like this card is still good at level 30, and I would still use it because it's the initial stamina I really care about. I don't want to like put too much training into stamina. Plus she obviously comes 10%. Like she's still a good card at level 30. This card's still like a good card at level 30. Really, it's better at least at one dupe, but like this is still a good card at level 30. But like a lot of these speed cards are not good. Like you just like this is not very good at level 30. Like this is actually pretty mid. And then it's like the only thing that makes her good is down here, and you can't get it to level 45. So, um, it's just one of those things, and I just want like free to play players to understand that like as good as the game is, and I know everybody's like gets hyped. It just always happens, by the way. There's always like this great filter moment or like a great filter banner, and every game has it, and it always comes, and people overhype it, and people don't think, and then they don't get the thing, and then they quit the game. I guarantee you, even with Max Limit Break Kitasan, if that's all you have, I'm going to beat you in PvP every single time without even using the card. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I don't want to ramble on too long, but like the TLDR is don't believe Gacha content creator hype, right? They were telling you that this is the end all be all of cards. If you don't get this, you're cooked. When the reality is, as a free to play player, you can't really pull SSRs in general. My general recommendation for free to plays is to actually focus on horses, get good horses. After you build, build a good SR deck. Right, there's plenty of good SRs. The free Nice Nature SR that they're giving you for the event, that card is better than Fine Motion, by the way. Do you know how many people have Fine Motion maxed out in the game right now? Probably like close to like 1% of the game's player base has that. Nobody's sharing that. So if you don't have a maxed out Fine Motion, then the SR Nice Nature Wit card is way better than Fine Motion. Like it's not even comparable. It's like I think you need at least like 3 LB Fine Motion to be comparable to that new Nice Nature Wit card. So it's like they give you free cards that are way better than most of the shit that people are telling you to roll for. If anything, the only good advice was to re-roll for Super Creek. If you re-rolled for Super Creek at the beginning of the game, the only reason I did it is because I got one copy right away, and then I pulled 4 twin turbos immediately in like 110 pull when I started the game. And that's the only reason why I didn't re-roll to try to get her at least 1 LB. She really needs like 1 LB to be like really consistently good long term. But because I like, it's really rare to get, like, I think maybe people were spoiled in early rolls. It is extremely hard in this game and extremely rare in this game to have max limit break SSR cards. Like, it's extremely rare. It's 0.5%. And on average, when it's not on banner, it's like 0.087%. It's like super low. Like obnoxious. Like it's actually ridiculously low. So like that's why I didn't do it. But like that's what you should have done. Like Super Creek is insanely more valuable. Even long-term, Super Creek is way more valuable than Kitasan Black, because what's killing you guys in your runs every day is stamina. And I see it everywhere. People don't have enough stamina. Every run, they're lacking stamina. They don't have stamina cards. And because you don't really have good stamina cards right now. Like there's like Manhattan Cafe for SRs, and that's pretty much it. And then you're kind of reliant on slowly farming up the Majiro Queen, and then hopefully getting a Super Creek or borrowing a Super Creek. And then Saiyan Sky is a very good card too, but she really kind of needs dupes. But she is a very good stamina card. But it's you would have been better off just like caring about Super Creek, because I don't really think Super Creek goes on banner really, like, ever. So rerolling for that card is way more important. The stamina is going to help you way more in clearing runs than the speed. You actually don't need that much speed to clear the game. And then most times in PvP, even with 1200 speed, these people, you're not hitting 1200 speed almost ever in PvP, because none of you have even remotely close to the stamina requirements to clear the tracks you're racing in PvP. So you're not even coming close to hitting that 1200 speed. So, I mean, and I showed this before in the daily races. I have like a 900 speed character that like clears every single daily race and every single event race with no problems, where my 1200 speed character fails every time, all the time, because there's like a 300 stamina difference between the two of them, and the other one runs out of gas and can't hit top speed anyway. So and and then yeah, like I said, as a free to play player, God, we're rambling so much. Sorry, but as a free, like, there's so much to say. As a free to play player, you're really only at best hoping for like one copy of an SSR, and you don't want to hard commit, and you don't want to pity because the pity in this game is so bad. Like 200 pulls for pity is fucking insane with how much currency costs. It's actually ridiculous how high. Like it is, they're very greedy in this game. And the reason why you don't see people, the reason why you see people still using Kitasan Black in Japan is not because there's not better options. It's just because they can't afford the new cards. Because every fucking month there's a new speed SSR that's coming out that's like power creeping the whole game, and like they can't keep up either because it's fucking expensive. Nobody's got that kind of money, right? Uh, and here's the thing too: is like you also cucked yourself if you blew all your free carrots now, because like first off, like if you re-rolled and you got 3 LB or max LB Kitasan using all of your carrots, your initial carrots, I would say you're pretty well off because now you just need to borrow a like maxed out Super Creek, and then hopefully you got good SRs in between that. But if you didn't, like that Kitasan's not going to help you too much if you didn't get the good SRs on top of it to help you. You know, there's more than one card in your deck, right? But if you did, you're looking pretty good. I would start saving immediately. I would not roll anymore. I would just save. Like, you guys are really overestimating how much free carrots they're actually going to give you. They're not going to give you that much free carrots. You're not going to get 30K every month to pull the new banner. Like, you're just not going to get that. So you blew a lot to get very little, and they're not even releasing the good horses yet. So if you don't know, there is a tier list. Like there is actually, like, I know some people were saying, oh, the horses are just skins. Really, they're not. Like there are fundamental differences between them, and there are ones that are better, right? So like the two anime collabs, right? Like I'm a whale, so I would want the Tokai Teo. I like, it doesn't bother me because like I just want it because I like Tokai Teo. It's one of my favorite characters in the whole series. So yeah, I want her anime collab. Is it good? No, it's actually really shit, right? Um, like we haven't even gotten the good characters. Like there's so many characters coming, and there's also like special events. There's like just the Komodo event. There's like alternate options. So like they released like Biwa Hayahide, for example. Like the default Biwa is terrible. She's actually one of like the worst characters in the game. Like, but I mean, I pulled her because I did it in one shot for one, and two because she's hot, right? But eventually there's a alternate skin Biwa. It's like a ninja skin, I think, or something. I don't remember. Like that's actually like a top tier horse. Like she has very good performance on all her tracks. Um, like you have even Tokai Teo. Like this Tokai Teo in the anime club is not very good, but she just has a kimono version that is top tier, right? Um, yeah, like the good horses aren't even in the game yet. you you guys are already tapped out trying to just pull this one support card that you didn't need to pull. You could have just borrowed it if you really cared. Like you should have just re-rolled for Super Creek and just borrowed the Max Limit Break Kitasan because, in my opinion, anyway, I think that gives you more flexibility. Because you don't always want to bring Kitasan Black too. Maybe you want to bring something else, a different speed card. But you always want to bring Super Creek. So you want your open slot to be flexible. You don't want it to be something you always have to bring, which is kind of my conundrum. Is I always have to bring Super Creek because I don't have the limit break yet. But that would have been better off because, like I said, now you can't pull horses. Like there's very good, very strong. So it doesn't even matter, right? So this is what I'm trying to frame it as: is like it's great that you have this support card now, but you're still not going to be competitive because there's going to be horses coming out that completely dwarf the rest of them. And if you can't get those horses and then you can't star them up, which is what whales are going to do, you're not competing anyway. You are never competing as a free-to-play player in this game in PvP. It was just never going to happen. Like maybe you could still have like high win rates over time, whatever. But like you're never going to be like actually winning. Like it's a gotcha game. It's always been the facts. Like you're never going to keep up with the whales. You just have to play smart. And like generally the rule of thumb with gacha games is like the upper echelon of characters or like weapons, right? They're not available to you. Like you're a free to play player, so you get the freemium characters and the freemium support cards, which is like honestly they give you a lot of them. But it's like the SSRs are not for you. The SSRs are for people who spend money. Like that's the reality of like every gacha game. Like you play Genshin Impact, the best characters in the game, and maxing out their constellations, wherever the fuck it is. I haven't played in forever, but I remember that was a thing. And who knows? There's probably weapons. I think there's weapons too, right? In Genshin, like I don't remember. It's been forever, but it's like those are not for free to play players. Like they're not for you. They're for spenders. You're supposed to use like the slightly less rare characters that can perform almost as good with the slightly less weapons. That's why they have those. Like, so it's just like you can't have everything, and then you might get lucky now, but this is the first month of the game. There's 4 years of content coming. There's a complete overhaul coming, like within like the first year or two, that completely changed everything. There's evolved skills. Like the careers are completely different. There's like a whole nother like set of things you need to pull on top of this. You need horses. Like the good horses are way better than the current roster of horses. There's like 2 or 3 good horses I think right now. I'll let you in on a secret that like nobody knows and nobody realizes. Real quick, when it comes to horses, you should really care about starring up some of these guys, because like Medjugorje Ryan, for example, is like one of the best horses in the game when she start up. So yeah, you might want to work on some of these. Wink, wink, nod, nod. Like King Jade has a King Jade. Why do I keep saying King Jade? King Halo. Why do I disrespect my girl like that? So King Halo has a alternate outfit. I forget which one it was. That's like a top tier. The default's not that good, but like her alternate's really good. Uh, Suzuka is actually still pretty strong even in JP right now. So if you got Suzuka, you're looking pretty good. TM Opera kind of sucks. Her other skin I think is better. I think Ogre Cap still does okay. I know Marazinski is like really good on like 2 tracks, and she's pretty bad on the rest of them that she runs. So yeah, you guys realize that there's a big difference in horses. And we haven't even got the good ones yet. So you burn through all of your carrots, trying to chase a pipe dream, thinking that like this one card was gonna like completely make your account just like insane, which it's not, by the way. It's not. Like you're barely gonna notice a difference using the card, and now you're fucked. So yeah, just be careful of who you take your gacha advice from.